Dear RM, it is spring out here, but LA has always been sort of weird when it comes to seasons. Flowers are supposed to bloom, leaves are supposed to be vibrant green, the wind is supposed to be cold as it fights the bright ray of the sun, but leaves are falling. And I haven't seen a single bud peeking through a sepal. The warm air seems to be winning over the cold wind. Kids are happy though. They have longer days to play outside, and the air carries their laughter through the neighborhood as they swing back and forth, reaching out their hands to the sky as if they can touch the clouds if they go higher. And they raise their arms too when they slide down, not caring about the way they splat on the sand when they reach the ground. And then they just go off running around for no reason at all. And then other kids follow them. Round and round they go, giggling, sweaty, and their eyes twinkling. Kids are strange, don't you think? Or maybe it's me who is strange. Maybe they are the ones who make perfect sense because they seem so happy with their pointless shenanigans. But me? I need to get up at 6 a.m. to work 8 hours every day, go home and sleep just to do everything all over again the next day. And for what? To pay my bills? Put a roof over my head? I'm not laughing as hard. It's tiring, but necessary. The only respite I have is that we share the same calendar, and like you, I'm down to 2 digits. I feel like a student counting down the days to graduation to be free from the corners of a university. Actually, I lied. I'm not sure. It has been a while since I graduated. Oddly enough, I never stopped being a student. What's even weirder is that I started learning the most important things outside of school, the lessons that really matter. Like how to forgive when the person who hurt you isn't sorry, doesn't even care. Like how to stay silent so as not to hurt people even when you really want to explode. Like how to comfort someone you love who lost someone they love. Like how to heal a broken heart, or how to live with its brokenness. Like how to love others and myself. They're very hard lessons to learn, and honestly, I know most of the things conceptually, but I'm not sure if I'm living these lessons. I learned many of these lessons from you. Some of it you directly uttered in your songs, streams, or interviews. Some of it you lived. They're not easy lessons, RM, because many of these lessons entail sacrifices and pain to be truly learned. Your lyrics, beats, and melodies are always so beautiful that you make everything so palatable, pleasant, and seemingly so effortless. I often feel like hearing it 100 times will be enough. Like when the situation calls for it, I can draw from your lyrics and instinctively know what to do. But I almost never instinctively know what to do. I can recite your lyrics like a prayer. And I swear I know what you mean, but it doesn't mean I can do what it means. Last week, I couldn't run the usual distance I have been running since I was young. There was this sudden realization that I'm old, and there's nothing I can do about it. Time is brutal and heartless like that. It just goes on without regard for anyone. We are all at its mercy. I remember you once said, and I quote, "In your 20s, your mind is like a tree with countless branches, each one representing a different emotion or experience. There's sadness, desperation, devastation, but also happiness, hope, and excitement. It's a time of growth where every challenge and triumph adds another branch. As you grow older, some branches may be pruned, shaped by the lessons you've learned. But that process is necessary. Pain, struggle, and experience are all part of becoming. And if you allow yourself to grow fully in your 20s, by your 30s and 40s, you'll stand as a strong, beautiful tree, shaped by everything you've endured and embraced." I wonder, Namjoon, am I a strong, beautiful tree? Or is this weak and tired body all I got from the devastation of my 20s? Have my tears soaked my trunk into weakness? I'm not sure. It's hard to be certain in this routinary life. I've been so programmed to clock in and clock out that I have forgotten what I am without the responsibilities. It's hard to be happy when your life is pieced together by scars of broken dreams and broken hearts and broken bones. But you also said that happiness isn't a destination. It's not an end game. That I can be happy in the process of achieving something else. I just wish I knew how. You never told us how. Then you wrote armies a letter. You talked about this book, about the art of loving and the peculiar concept of it we have in our heads. You asked why we practice to be good at something we want to do, but not when it comes to loving. We don't prepare ourselves for love. We don't practice how to love. I laugh so hard because I'm sure you wrote that without really thinking about anyone in particular. But again, you were spot on. Not just for me. I'm sure you were spot on for many other armies too. Because that was it, Namjoon. Loving requires preparation and patience. And the truth is that the hardest to love is myself. I shouldn't be expecting to know how to love myself instinctively. I need to learn it, practice it, fail several times maybe, but not give up until I get it right. I guess what I'm trying to say, Namjoon, is that your words matter. Not just because they're beautiful, but because they communicate important things. The beautiful, the painful, the necessary, and everything else in between. Your words don't just articulate my thoughts, they concretize my emotions, like a clay that gets molded into a form. That makes me realize what I feel is real, maybe even normal. And because of that, things don't seem to be so bad at all. It becomes bearable, sometimes even enjoyable. And in this crazy, often harsh life, it makes all the difference. When you asked in your letter, what about us? Not a one-to-one love, but one-to-many or many-to-all love. What could we be? I don't know the answer. After all, you're the smart one. If anyone can answer that, it would be you. But maybe the answer doesn't matter at all. What is more important is for you to know how useful, meaningful, and necessary your music is and your words are. They find people at times they need it the most. I hope that you know your words help people. They save people. It sure as hell saved me. I don't know what you plan on doing in the future. I can only hope you continue moving your pen. It's a gift. You are a gift. 3 months left. That's 18% for you. It feels like eternity for me. I am happy to report I failed in almost everything I swore to do while you were serving the military. I failed to save, I failed to catch up on content, I failed to learn Korean. The one thing I succeeded in doing, I stayed in one piece. Whole enough to earn my keep. I don't know if I'm killing it, but I am alive. Through all the hysterically cruel trials life threw my way, I'm still standing. And often, it was your words that held me up. I can't wait until you get discharged. I am going to be happily annoyed, I promise. This letter has gone on longer than I intended. I just wanted you to know that I am grateful, and I feel extremely privileged to have found you at the right time. I will be here waiting and supporting as always. That is both a resolution and a promise.